everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So my name's Alexis, and I will be continuing my dental school admissions guide with this video. But before we get into today's video, I did want to just start planning out my next couple of videos coming up. I did have an idea to do a question and answer for you guys. So if you have any questions that you may want to know more about me, just go ahead and ask them in the comment section. Okay, so today's dental school admissions guide will be about how to pick schools and really how did I land 10 interview invites 2019 application cycle. Okay, so the main thing that I looked at when it came to picking schools was cost. Dental school is extremely expensive, and every year the tuition rate is going up. The tuition that you're seeing now when you're applying to schools is definitely not going to be the tuition when you enroll into the school. It may go up around 1% to 1 to 3% higher than what you are actually seeing on the school's website. And then of course, whatever tuition that you are seeing, make sure you're adding 100 to 200,000, yes, 200,000 to that number, because that will be your interest. That extra amount of money is going to be the actual money that you'll be paying back when it comes to your loans. So dental school may be $200,000 for the 4 years. However, with all the interest rates from your unsubsidized loans or the health professionals loan, and then definitely the Grad Plus loan, they all have different interest rates, and they will be accumulating, depending on which loan it is, they will be accumulating while you're in school. So just understand that whatever price that tuition is, it's going to be a good $100,000 to $200,000 more when it comes back to paying off those loans. Okay, so you want to think about what is important to you. Is it the location? Is it the class size, the clinical experience, or the length of the school? Now, with the length of the school, there's not much you can do about that. Majority of the schools are 4-year programs. There's only one school out there that is 3 years, and that would be the University of Pacific School of Dentistry in San Francisco. Now, clinical experience, this is something that you may not be able to find right on the school's website, but if you were to link up with someone who's already in the dental school that you're interested in, I'm sure they'll be happy to answer your questions, considering we've all been in your position before. This is also something that I would definitely ask as you're going on your interviews, either if it's during your interview with the interviewer, or you can just ask the dental students while you're on the tour, how is their clinical experience? You want to gear those questions to the D3 and D4 because they're the ones that are actually in clinic, know the requirements, and will know how much or how many patients are canceling on them every day, or if everyone has a chair, etc. They would be the experts on that subject. So if you really want to base your clinical experience, this is something that I would wait until after your interview process or during your interview process where you are going to the schools and have the opportunity to ask those students that are the experts on it. Okay, and then there's class size. If you are someone who likes to be in a very small, tight-knit group, and a small class size is something that you are interested in, most of the websites do have the class size on there. Public schools would be the ones that I think are smaller, but not all of them. I know UF is pretty small, and UConn and Dental School or Dental College of Georgia is small as well. These are just ones that are coming up out of my head, and it's also available to you. I know there's an ADEA book. I don't think it's free, but if you go on their website, there's a PDF version that you can buy at a specific price, and they'll have all of those class size and just the basic information about each school available to you. And there are schools that have extremely large class sizes, and that I know of is NYU has around 400 students in each class, and Tufts has around 200 to 220 in each class. And then the average that I've been seeing, or the schools that I apply to, was around like 120. So just to keep that in mind when you are applying, if class size is important to you, you have resources out there that will give you that information. So just go ahead and look it up. I have links below the website to ADEA where you can find that PDF book that I was talking about, and then as well as the price of the book down below. So location was something that was really important to me. I'm extremely family oriented, so I did want to stay on the East Coast. So majority schools that I did apply to happened to be on this side of the United States. I applied to 2 Florida schools. Definitely, when applying, make sure you are applying to your state school. Your state school is going to be the cheapest school on your list. And again, dental school is expensive. My best advice for you to be is to pick the cheapest school that you do get into. So make sure that school is on your list. And if weather is important to you, I would also keep that in mind. And the very best advice I can give you is to do your research. So while doing my research a year ago, I'm active on both Facebook groups of the Dental School Admissions Bootcamp and the DAT Bootcamp page on Facebook. And someone had linked an Excel sheet that they made, and it was extremely helpful when it came for me to pick schools. Not only was I able to see every single dental school in the US, and then some that are in Canada, you're able to see their average DAT scores, their average GPA, the average overall assigned GPA that each school actually accepted. And then you can see how many students did they interview that were in-state versus out-of-state, and then how many students were accepted that were in-state versus out-of-state. And then each school had their tuition listed. And then they also color-coded, which I thought was really helpful. If I were to find that Excel sheet, of course, I'll link it down below, but you can also be proactive and go through those Facebook groups. Maybe ask somebody or just type in the search Excel sheet, and you'll be able to download that to your computer and then input your stats in there to help you figure that out. So another big thing that I did look at is the in-state friendly, out-of-state friendly schools. If they were public, I made sure that they were out-of-state friendly for when I were to apply. Of course, I applied to my in-state school. However, I did apply to some public schools that were, of course, not in Florida because we only have UF. So I did apply to Temple, Maryland, and VCU. These tend to be out-of-state friendly schools on the East Coast that are public. And the majority of the time, your private schools will be out-of-state friendly. These are the schools that are going to take up the bulk of your list. So you should have a happy medium of both public and private. And another thing, when I was going through my interview process, if I was at a public school, I made sure that I asked if it was possible to retain in-state tuition after that first year. Okay, and then also with your list, you would look at your DAT scores and your GPA and then compare it to their average. It's great to apply to those averages in the schools that fit your DAT and your GPA, but it's also great to apply to some that may not be, that your DAT scores, your GPA may not fit in those averages. Like that would be your reach school. So I would say you can apply to 1 to 2 reach schools, and then always you can apply to schools where the average is below what you want. But make sure you want to go to that school and you're not just wasting your money applying. Okay, so how many schools should you apply to? This is all up to you and what your budget consists of. So I feel like the magic number would be around 8 to 10. I do know some people who applied to 12 to 15. If you have the money, I would say go ahead and apply to 12 to 15. Personally, I applied to 12 because I wanted that to be my very last cycle that I applied. And I just wanted to put all my eggs... What? That's weird. I just wanted to give myself all the chances that I can get to at least get that one acceptance, because all it takes is one. And my last string of advice for you for your application cycle is to not let the negativity get to you. Do not let negative people or negative thoughts, creep inside to your head. This is a very long process, so we really need to just have patience, and you have to be the best advocate for yourself. Be your own advocate. Be your best cheerleader, because not everyone there, or not everyone that you speak to, wants to see good things in you. They don't want to see good things in you, and they don't want to see good things happen to you. So just stay positive and stay happy, and I wish you the best of luck this application cycle. I will be continuing my dental school admissions guide with upcoming videos, so I hope you stay tuned. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me or comment down below. I hope this video was helpful for you, and if it was, please like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you so much, and I hope to talk to you guys again soon.